Sunday afternoon, and we are back down the club lake in search of some Cotswold carp. Spent the last, good 2 hours lapping the lake 3, 4, 5 times looking for signs of fish, and the only sort of sign, which I do believe was probably a fish and definitely not a bird, was I caught some rings as I sort of got into the swim that I'm in. I sort of caught disturbance of potentially a fish going back down. No bird popped back up, and yeah, the rings were a lot more sort of bigger, and the flat spot from obviously the fish crashing out was a lot bigger than what any of these coots would would do when they're diving down. So it was definitely something, and it was, like I say, just to the left of this swim. So that's all I've seen on a good sort of couple of hours of lapping the lake. So for now, I'm going to drop into this swim overnight. I found a nice real smooth area just shy of 5 foot, and I'll be sort of sticking both rods out onto that. They have already been wrapped up, rigged up, baited up, everything, so they're sat there ready to be cast out. And yeah, we'll see what sort of happens by the morning. There's plenty of opportunity to move in front of me, let alone around the lake. So I've got plenty of options if I feel that I'm not on the fish, or where I sort of should need to be to get myself a bite. I've got until Tuesday morning, so a good sort of well over sort of 36 hours away yet. And based on my sort of previous session, there's it could quite happen a lot sooner than that. So just got to keep everything crossed that I've reacted to something that I potentially believe that I've seen. And yeah, hopefully it comes good for me. But for now, I need to get a couple of rods out, I need to get the bivvy up, and I need to get myself some food on the go. So let's get sorted before we lose this light, and I'll keep you updated throughout the session. Got the location right. Fish is just boshed out right off the edge of this tree here. Absolutely boshed out big time. So I'm 100% confident that I'm in the right area. I'm not too far away from that at all. But if they're in the zone, that's good enough for me. But yeah, it's giving me confidence now. I've definitely got the location right. Potentially what I saw over on this direction, sort of more in open water, could have well been a fish after all when I sort of first got into the swim. So it's definitely given me the confidence that 1 or 2 fish are definitely knocking around, even though obviously I had a bit of a leading around sort of half hour, and then obviously putting five spombs of bait out over the top really hasn't pushed them too far away at all. Well, if you've ever fished the banks of South Cerney Angling Club, then you will realise that trying to get any form of bivvy or brolly set up is a mission in itself. But I've managed to get a compact bivvy even set up. I've had to set it up a little bit back from the edge of where the rods are, really, just because trying to get pegs in down there, it's just, like I say, it's just a battle in itself. So got a nice clear run down to the rods though, to be honest, and just set back on that a little bit of softer ground. But even still, once you get sort of 2 or 3 inches down, then yeah, you really got to give it some to get them pegs in. And I'm no fan of a mallet, even though it probably would have come in handy just then. But yeah, a little bit of brute force, and it's in there, and it's proper solid. That ain't going anywhere. Proper solid, sturdy little bivvy, perfect for these shorter sessions, and perfect for just carrying around on the barrow. Packs down nice and small. So if I need to move, and I want to move tomorrow, half a dozen pegs, folding it in half, job done on the barrow, off I go. But yeah, for now I am just going to chill out for a little bit. It's been a bit of a manic few hours really, and I'm much happier now the rods are out, the bivvy's up. We can sit back and chill out for a couple of hours, and we've got the football to listen to as well. Good morning. Not so much of a Super Sunday this week, unfortunately. Liverpool got done over by the mighty Hammers, which I'm more than disappointed about. And even more than that, it was a blank night for me as well. So I was looking. It was looking quite hopeful with that show just before sort of dark. Just a sort of darkness started to set in. So I was feeling confident that I was in the right area, but yeah, it wasn't to be last night. But I am up and I have moved in a completely different swim. The swim that I wanted to get into originally. This became vacant last night, just on dark. The anglers departed, in which I could have probably moved up then, but after seeing that fish show just on dark, I thought I'd try my luck in there just for the afternoon / obviously through to the evening in the morning, just to see if anything happened. It would have been silly of me to move off of fish when I saw one. So I'm here now, got everything packed down. Zig is still under the bed chair, which I don't blame him. It's a rather fresh morning, but we're going to give it a go. We've got 24 hours at our disposal in this swim, or even if I see fish elsewhere, there's still loads of room for manoeuvre if I need to. But yeah, I've got my own ideas what to do in this swim. So let's see if we can make something happen. So for the next sort of 40 minutes or so, just around till sort of like 8 o'clock-ish, I'm just going to keep my eyes on the water, get myself a brew on the go, and then yeah, think about my plan of attack whilst I'm watching for any clues and signs of fish. So fingers crossed it was worth it. Coming up to mid-morning. The morning has flown by, to be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's just gone 10 o'clock. Another coffee in hand. Bivvy set up. A little bit easier this time round. It's a little bit softer down there, so wasn't too much aggro. Trying to get the pegs in at least. So yeah, that's all in there. Like I say, coffee sorted. Rods are out as well, and yeah, the predators are absolutely thrashing around in front of this swim this morning. They are going some. They're seriously hungry this morning. So seems like the pike are yeah, trying to catch themselves some breakfast, as well as myself trying to catch myself a carp. So yeah, it's brightened up a bit now. We did have a bit of a sort of rainy, sort of drizzly sort of patch just move through typically as I was trying to do bits and pieces. So yeah, I kind of just had to chuck that at mate shift for the moment, but I managed, like I say, to get it all pulled out properly and that now. So so yeah, just gonna have to now wait and see what happens until what, 7 AM tomorrow when I've got to disappear. So yeah, keep everything crossed that the little move pays off. I did want to get in here yesterday, but it was occupied, just because I've been seeing fish in this area for the last sort of couple of weeks at least. So yeah, I'll leave it there for now. See how the day pans out, and like I say, fingers crossed we nick myself a bite before I have to disappear tomorrow. So around 6:15, daylight is just starting to rise over my shoulder. Everything's packed down on the barrow, bivvies on the barrow, everything's packed down. Literally just the rods remaining out. Really, really quiet night, nothing happened. It felt really good for it, so I'm quite surprised it didn't happen. Really, really mild, overcast, drizzly. It just felt good, you know. It's absolutely toasty in the bag. But yeah, the alarms just remain silent, so not going to drag it out any longer. I've got half an hour or so left, so like I said, I've got everything packed down, just the rods left. Fingers crossed they rattle off in the next half an hour. If not, we'll pack up and go again another time. So I'll leave it there.
Fingers crossed the alarms sing before I have to disappear. If not, I will catch up with you next time I am out on the bank.